Hello again, everybody. Part 2 of day 7. So before I rambled on my last video, I did intend to talk about my challenge today. So for me personally, when I'm in active addiction, I don't want to be around anybody. Ever. I just want to just kind of crumble and suffer and die alone, you know. Not to be traumatic. But yes, as I've said before, I have both of my parents, I'm 42, both my parents still alive. Dad is 71, 72 this year, my mum is 68. So, you know, not that they're on borrowed time, but they are getting to that age now. And they ring me, they call me, they want to spend time with me, you know. I'm their son. And I mean, I have immense regrets for never giving them grandchildren. That's probably something that I'll speak about in a different video. But do you know what I was thinking about today? I don't think I've been sober in I don't know. The last time I seen my parents when I was sober, it's that long ago. I couldn't even give you the year. And I think what I hate about is that these are moments, you know, that will soon be gone forever. And I just don't remember them and recall them in the way that I should, you know. Even though I wasn't obliterated when I've seen them, I've just been maybe under the influence 4 or 5 cans, something like that. You're not really present, you know. And who knows, you could only see your parents, you know, a handful more times, and I'm not allowing there to be any substance, any connection there, you know, and that makes you feel guilty, and then, you know, to kind of get rid of the guilt and the anxiety, you have another drink. I don't know. Fucking just a mess, isn't it? But the test today was, this will be the first time in a very, very long time that I will see them sober, and I have to be honest, I'm scared to death. Imagine being scared and anxious to see your own parents. So, I am an only child. I lost a brother a long, long time ago. Before I was born, my mother had a miscarriage. So, the kind of love that she has for me is, as you can probably imagine. And then when Kate left, just over 18 months ago, my mum she didn't feel like she needed to fill that void, but she was really worried and concerned that I would be lonely, which she's right, but so every Sunday we would go for dinner. Sometimes I would go to their house just for like a Sunday dinner. Sometimes we would go out for dinner and I would pay because they made dinner the previous week or whatever, right? Just us three, me, my mum, my dad. Sounds fantastic. My mum drove every single time we went out, purely because I was always under the influence. I don't know if she knew for certain that I was under the influence all the time, but I think she just played it safe. There's a lot of alcoholism in our family. There's been multiple deaths, which I'll talk about in another video. My mum and dad both had problems with drinking, in kind of their, not youth, but when I was a small boy. My dad maybe has, 3 cans of lager a month now. My mum completely teetotal. So I think they know that I consume too much. So they say, oh, we'll pick you up, or I say, I'll meet you somewhere, or something like that. There's not a great deal of difference between our 2 houses. But yeah, if we ever need to go anywhere, like say for example, if they come round for a cup of tea, and then, I don't know, say you need to go something, like my mum loves a little shop around B&M or, Home Bargains, them kind of shops. I do as well, to be fair. And my mum will always insist on driving, and even if I've had 1 or 2 and I know I shouldn't, but I say, oh, I'll drive, and she'll say, no, and she said, I like driving. She doesn't like driving. She's nearly 70. She hardly gets out of first gear, but she insists on driving, and she tells me it's because she loves to drive. I mean, there may be an element of truth in that, but I severely doubt it. I think she's just desperate to spend time with me, and probably knows that I have had 1 or 2 drinks, even if it's not noticeable. I mean, if I have 1 or 2, 3, 4 cans, you're not going to know that I've had a drink. But I think she's just trying to play it safe. And then that leads me on to my mum. My mum and dad used to, because I live in the town side and they live just outside the town, and they used to kind of drive over, and they would ring up and they would say, oh, are you and Kate available for a cup of tea or something like that? So they were going to come round, have a cup of tea. This is when Kate was still here. And when I knew they were coming, I would text them or something and say, how far away are you? Oh, we're just leaving town in 10 minutes. Sprinted to the shop straight away. Even if I'd not had a drink before, if it was early, 11 o'clock, and Kate was here, I ran straight to the shop, and Kate used to say, what are you doing? And I'd be like, I don't know. So I've not seen my parents sober for so many years. And, when we go out, my mum always makes an excuse, right? That she's just passing. I'll pick you up because I'm just passing. You're not passing. She knows that in order to see me, if I have to drive there, I would probably be driving under the influence. It's just fucking... I don't even know how that got to be a thing. And then the problem is, like last weekend, so I was seeing them quite consistently because my drinking was kind of moderate. I was drinking a lot, but I wasn't doing like 3 o'clocks, 4 o'clocks, like in the morning, where I was waking up super horrendous. And then last Friday, I drank a ridiculous amount. And that rolled into Saturday morning. So I was drinking again very, very early. So I was already, there was no way I could drive at 8 a.m. I was well past it by 8 a.m. And because I drank so early, I was getting into like a really depressive state, like a really depressive, anxious state. And my phone started ringing at 12 o'clock. And it was my mum, just wanted to check in on me, that's all. I'm passing, can I come in for a cup of tea? And I was so angry. I was so angry that she rang. You know, my phone's on the side. I'm really stressed, suffering. And I'm shouting at my fucking phone. Fucking leave me alone, leave me alone. Why can't people just leave me alone? Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I ignore the calls. She follows it up with a text. Hi, if you're available for a cup of tea, I'd love to come and see you. And I like, my emotion is just fucking leave me alone. You know, it's disgusting. It's nothing short of disgusting. And that's not the person I am. You know, alcohol has turned me into that person. That's not the kind of guy I am. You know, I am loving, empathetic. I don't know. It just turns you into a fucking monster. You know, and so yesterday she texted me and said, like, how are you? And I was just texting her back and forth. And they've got an issue with their car, so it's in the garage for repair. So my mum can't be passing by now and let's go for some dinner. So she said to me, do you want to come for dinner tomorrow? It'd be great to see you. It's 12 o'clock now. We normally have dinner about 2, half 2. And the anxiety I've got now of staying sober so I can drive and just being there without just a couple of cans inside me is fucking horrible. I feel so anxious about going to my parents' house. How does that even become a thing? How does that become a thing? Scared to go to your mum and dad's. So now my anxiety is peaking a little bit. It's 12 o'clock. I'm constantly like this. 12:05, whatever. But I'm going to go, even if I'm quiet. So any conversation that I have will need to be forced. I'll have to force a smile. Whereas I hope in X amount of months or X amount of weeks, I'm hoping that can be an honest smile, an honest, you know, a conversation that I want to have with my parents. But at the minute, I'm just lying to myself about everything. You know? I just don't know how I got here, you know? Your mum comes round, you can't even see your mum for a cup of tea without being 5-6 cans deep because of the anxiety. What? You know, they're the people you should feel most comfortable around. So yeah, that's my little test today. A little test today, going to see your mum without being drunk. Well done, me. Big pat on the back. So I woke up this morning. That's all I've thought about all morning. You know, going to visit my mum. That's all I've thought about. Because obviously I didn't go last week because of the story that I just told you. I was really bad. So I can't really, you know. I don't even think I seen them the week before that because of something similar, you know, where I just felt really bad. I was in the pits of it. Funny. But yeah. So sweating. It's cold in here, but I'm sweating just thinking about, you know, the task ahead. The crazy task of seeing your parents. What a fucking mad thing. So I'll probably need to shower again before I go. Second shower of the morning. I'm sweating profusely. So what I might do, you might see 3 videos from me today. Obviously, I've got the one that I just posted, which was a little bit of a think about day 7. This is kind of part 2 of that, and I may make a video later, or I might couple it with tomorrow's video of day 8 about how it went, really. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? How it went. Going to my mum's house.